You guys, so it is like 9 in the morning on a Sunday. And for breakfast, I'm just going to have to start the day with some Stella Artois. Okay? Because look at you guys. Okay. It's so damn early. I had plans to see, what's that movie called? Death of a Unicorn today, right? And I was watching the news this morning. They were saying it's going to be storming here in Chicago, like crazy storms, like all day, 100% rain. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and cancel my ticket. I'll probably watch it later. It's a nice day to just bum around the house. So I was actually going to watch the last season of Harlem on Prime. And I go there and I see that there's a new Tyler Perry movie out. I was like, why did no one tell me there's a new Tyler Perry movie? And I was like, so I was like, okay, new plan. I'm going to watch Tyler Perry and just be like, okay, whatever. And then I'm going to watch my Harlem. It started to, my plan is to finish it through the week. You guys, I made it like 20 minutes through the first part of this movie. And I had to stop and restart the movie because there was so much shit happening. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to devote today to this movie. Like, I need to watch it. Yeah, I pulled out my laptop. I had to pull the laptop out and just start making notes because it's so ridiculous. Okay. Before I start the show, I'm just gonna say, you know what? I figured Tyler Perry out. I really did. Now I know why Tyler Perry is so damn rich, right? He has written, produced, and directed another movie. And the reason that he's so damn rich is because he has that reputation of people are going to talk about my movie, either good or bad, okay? But we're talking about it, right? And there's going to be other people going, right, what? Oh, I'm going to watch it too, and let me see. And that's just another view, another view. And Prime and Tyler Perry are at home right now, just laughing and laughing because people like me watched his movie. And now I'm on YouTube talking about it, which is probably going to interest a couple of you to go watch it too. And they're just laughing. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And all this money that he's making, I don't understand why he just does not partner with someone to help him write. Because I am convinced that this man, you know what? I'm going to say Tyler Perry is a smart man, okay? I'm sure he has written a lot of awesome scripts, but I feel like this man is saying, you know what? This part on page 4 that makes a lot of sense, we're just gonna just move this to page 13, okay? Don't ask any questions. We're gonna move it to page 13, okay? And then let's change the wording here and here. Let's change this. And then, oh, you know what? This part on page 26, we're going to put that on page 7. It's there. It's just kind of out of order. Yeah, that looks right. All right, let's film this right now. Just put your burger down and we're going to go film it right now. Like, who cares? I think that's what's happening. Because this movie, just like his other movies, they could have been better. They could have been okay. It's just that there are some things that you must be stopped. Okay, you know what? All right, start the show. I can't believe Tyler Perry has me drinking this early in the morning. And I'm just going to throw this out there. This movie is getting none of my shots. It's an O negative review, okay? So, when a movie gets none of my shots and I gotta drink all 5 of this shit, I will be drinking them through this review. Okay, so just like you know, if you're a fan to the show, you already know what's up. Okay, and I'm gonna be very unprofessional today because I got like 3 pages of notes here. I need to talk. I need to talk about every scene, and I don't want to miss anything. Usually I'm professional and I have it all printed out, which I did. I just wasted 3 pieces of paper, and I just was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna bring the laptop onto the show because I can't." So I will be looking at this. Okay, so don't judge me. You'll thank me when I give you all the tea that's happening, okay? So, all right. This movie is called Duplicity. I'm surprised he didn't call it like Duplicity in the Black. Like, you know how everything he's like, there's like Divorce in the Black. He has a show called Beauty in the Black, I think, which I have yet to watch. I guess it's doing good. Like, it has a 2nd season, right? Is it doing good? I don't know. I'll watch it one day. But no, this is not Duplicity in the Black. It's just called Duplicity. And, okay, so it's starring Megan Tandy as a character named Fela. Now, what was really driving me crazy is that the character's name is Fela, but there's a couple times, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times in the movie that people call her Fela. No one caught that? Were they just having so much fun on the set that no one was like, that's not her name? If Tyler Perry's directing this, he wasn't like, that's not her name. Or did he forget what? I don't know. It's Fela, but some people call her Fela. One time I thought I was going crazy. I had to rewind again. I was like, oh, no, he said Fela. So, okay, whatever. Okay, and then you have Kat Graham. She plays Marley. You have Tyler LaPley. I don't know. But I've seen him before on some things. Okay, so that's he plays Tony. And Tony is Marley's boyfriend, right? And then you have Kevin, who's played by Ronrico Lee. So the movie starts where these 4 characters are coming out of a gym class. Well, it's a biking class. And so oddly, like Ronrico's character, his name in the movie is Kevin. And Kevin's all like, I don't know, hitting on Fela. And Fela's like, I don't like you. You get away. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to figure out Kevin's place in this friend group because is he like one of those people where he's always hitting on her? Like later on, as the movie goes on and we learn what I'll tell you. But maybe if they would have said something like, you know what, Kevin, you have been trying to hit on me for the past 5 years, 3 months or something. I'm like, does he know them? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird of the situation between those two. So anyway, he goes about his day, and Marley's like, "Oh my god, you guys, we gotta go to Mama M's. Girl, we know." You say Mama M's one more time. So, and then Marley invites Fela's husband Rodney to join them. Okay, that's weird. So apparently Rodney is known to do these runs, but she's like, come eat some food. Like, just you can burn it off. I don't know. So they all go to this Mama M's place. Tony gets there first. Rodney gets there second, so I don't know how far away Rodney was from this restaurant. And then Marley gets there. And Marley and Tony are all in their gym clothes still, all nasty and sweaty and stinky. And then here comes Fela, all dressed up. She got her dress on, her hair's on, her makeup's on. Where the hell did you go? Did she go home to change? Did she change in the bathroom? I don't know. All of a sudden, she just comes and she's talking about, I need to get to the station. So anyway, Marley's there talking to Fela and Rodney about their relationship. Like, how come you guys are acting weird or whatever? Girl, if I was Rodney, I would be like, you brought me here for that? I thought I was here to eat some eggs. Like, why are y'all in our business? So anyway, Marley is a news anchor. Now get this, you guys. She is a news anchor on this show called Early for Us. No, wait a minute. Early for Us, because they just went to the gym. The sun's out. They went to a restaurant. And you know, restaurants, like, there's 4 people, so everyone ordered something. You had to wait for the food to get cooked, come out. You got to eat it. Wait for the bill to come. I mean, it's a production, right? But no, Fela is working on this show called Early for Us. Well, what time is it? Early for us? I mean, you got shows like the morning show, Good Day. Like, we have a Good Day Chicago that kind of comes on a little later, but if I see a show called Early for Us, I would think it's like 6 in the morning or something. Or if not 6, okay, let's see. Like, here in Chicago, I watch WGN, right? Love my WGN. And they have a B crew that comes in, and they work 4 to 6. And then the A group is 6 to 10, right? So obviously you're not at the 4 o'clock. So are you like in the... This wasn't quite the time I needed to rewind. Something else started happening, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go back and talk about this, because there was so much shit already happening that's wrong in this movie. Okay, you guys, now what happened? Okay, so then Rodney goes for this run, and then he goes to this person's house. So already he's shady, right? So he's walking up a driveway, right? So you have a house, you have a driveway, and then you have a house. So he's over here, this house and this driveway. And the lady over here, she gets a phone call from a neighbor behind her saying like, hey, I'm your neighbor on the other side of your fence. There's a black man walking in your backyard. And the white lady's like, there's a black man walking in your backyard. You need to call the cops. So the white lady goes, what? So she hangs up and she looks out the window, and sure enough, there's a guy walking up the driveway, right? They keep calling it an alley. I don't know where they are. Hold that thought. But he's walking up the driveway of the person next door, goes to the back door, and just kind of goes in. And she's all like, yeah, there's a black man breaking into my neighbor's door. He didn't break a window. He's not using a crowbar. He's not using force. He's just literally just tip-to-do and opens the door, right? All right. This is where I kind of need to rewind. And I was like, okay, we got to talk about this. Number 1, who called you? Your neighbor from across the fence. You may know your neighbor, but do you guys you share phone numbers? Maybe. I don't know. But for you to say like, you don't, oh wait, well, hold on. Because didn't she say like, you don't know me? Oh God, I don't know. But she says, you need to call the cops. Well, bitch, if you had time to look out your window, see a black man in my yard, which he's not even in my backyard. He's next door. But if you had time to call me to tell me to call the cops, why didn't you call the cops? You could have been the hero. You could be like, yep, I saw this man, so I decided to call. So what is the point of calling this lady to have her call? That drove me crazy. All right, anyway, what's next? Okay, so look at. So then we have this scene where Kevin is in the police station. So Kevin's a cop, right? He's like a lieutenant. And the room is dark. He has a projector on. And he's like, hey, you guys, like, you see this map behind me? All this in red is crime. So all these like dots and blue. Blue is this and something. I don't know, right? But what's so weirder is he goes, cut the lights. And they cut the lights on. Well, turn the lights on, really. So he calls for the lights. They turn the lights on. And then he's still talking. He goes, yeah, because you see this map and stuff, like this and this and this and that. But my thing is, if you're not done showing us the map, why did you turn the lights on? Because if the lights are on, I can't see these colorful dots. Look at this map. Turn the lights on. Look at the map. Like, that's literally what he did. Why did Tyler Perry like, you know what would have made more sense? Keep talking about the map, and when you're done talking about the map, turn the lights on. So then he pulls a Training Day, and there's this white cop. His name is Caleb. He's like new and stuff. And he tells Caleb like, you're going to ride with me. Yeah, I know you're supposed to ride with so-and-so, but I'm changing it. Okay, because I'm the boss. I don't know. Is he the boss? I don't know. So he says, Caleb, you're going to come with me. And you know how I was talking about all these like crime areas? Well, we're not going to work that. go work over here on this side of town. Which already I'm like, wait a minute, that just sounds weird. Why is he, because the kid is like, are you sure? What? Don't you want to do this? He's making the kid feel bad. He's like, okay, yes, sir. Okay, I'll ride with you, damn. So I'm like, he ain't up to no good. But anyway, about this city. So they keep talking about this city like, I don't know. It's like Chirac or something. Like, usually Tyler Perry movies take place in Atlanta, right? So where are they? They never say the city name. They never say the state. However, if you look on the cop cars, it says Chesterfield. Did I write that down? I think it's Chesterfield. I hear it in my mouth. Okay, but every time you see, they never show you the city where all this crime is happening. Like, were they like in Gotham somewhere? So, okay. So since he's now in this neighborhood, he kind of wants to stay there as if something's going to happen. And sure enough, they get the call saying, hey, there's a black man breaking into a house. And so he's doing like 90 down the street. He literally just said they're like around the corner somewhere. Like, why are you speeding, sir? Because you're a cop. He ain't got no siren on or nothing. I guess they had to like be on the sneak, on the down low to get to the house. Anyway, they come out the house and both of them got their guns and they're over here and Kevin goes to the front and Caleb goes to the back. So, of course, here comes Rodney coming out the house, minding his own business. He has his head down. He has music on, so he can't hear the cops saying, put your hands up, put your hands up. So finally, when he looks up and he notices the cops are there, I guess his hands are in his pocket, but when he starts to pull his hands out, he has his phone case. It's a big black phone case, right? So Kevin goes, gun! And then, of course, Caleb, bang, bang, shoots him dead. So now we're like, okay, he was unarmed, right? But Caleb's freaking out. Caleb's like, holy shit, I didn't want to shoot him. And Caleb goes over and they kind of cut that scene, right? And we go back to the morning show where it's breaking news that a black unarmed man has been shot. And they even say that their news reporter is now on the way to the scene. So my question is like, how soon did the news station get this news? Usually when shit happens, like they get word of this maybe like an hour later, so they could be like, hey, we're on the scene here. This is a crime that took place about an hour ago. The police are still investigating. But no, they're like, no, this is breaking news. This just happened like 15 seconds ago. There's only 2 cops on the scene, but we already have the scoop. Okay. I don't know. It's really weird. The timing on it. Like everything is just happening so goddamn fast. So on top of them getting the breaking news, it is Fela reading the the prompter, and she reads the name of the guy who got shot. So of course she freaks out because that's her man. All right, you guys. It's happening. I pulled out the rum today. Because, good God. Ugh. I'm at the order a pizza later. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about? All right. So then we're introduced to 2 more kind of main characters. We have Fela's co-anchor. It is a gentleman named Shannon. He's the black guy. And then we have a producer named Sam. He's a white guy. Okay. So I don't know. Okay, there's a part. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna ruin it for myself. However, I will just say this: like, I was oddly like trying to figure out like, are these guys a couple? They just seem to always just be together. Okay, you could just be like best friends, but like every single time you see Shannon, you see Sam. When you see Sam, you see Shannon. It's like it's really weird. Except maybe one scene. But anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. It's early in the morning. All right, so then we have the funeral. And then when the funeral's over, Fela's getting into the car. She looks over and she sees there's a newscaster there person. And so she gets really pissed off. And she's like, what are you doing here? It's my husband's funeral. You know why they're there. Like, you're a journalist. Why are you all pissed off for? This lady's just doing her job. And then like this lady just sitting there with her, she has this crazy look on her face. She doesn't have any lines, but got Fela just all up in her face. Screaming. And then you got Sam going, that's why your station sucks. Okay, oh, burn. So we have like this repass scene where Kevin shows up and Fela goes off on him too, and you don't really know why Kevin's there. I guess he was like, I want to pay my respect. And then Tony like gets him out of the house. But then later we see Marley talking to Fela. And Fela's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, girl. I don't know what we're gonna do financially. Like I can't afford this. So she said that Rodney had debt. Sorry. Rodney had debt. I guess he owns like some gyms and the gyms aren't doing good. Okay, well then why is he on these runs? Why don't you go to work, Rodney, and figure out your business? He had no life insurance. Okay, I guess if you're in business with yourself, maybe he didn't get life insurance yet. But she's all like, I can't afford this. Like, what am I gonna do? Girl, later we see your co-anchor driving around a nice car. We see Sam, the producer, driving around a nice car. Or assume you have a nice car. But like, ain't your salary like decent on this Morning for Us show? So I didn't get that. I mean, okay, I don't know what kind of debt they're in. She didn't really say a number, but she's just like, how am I going to afford this? What am I going to do for money? Go to work. What? Like, work some extra shifts. Work the weekend shift. Come on now. Like, she kept saying that Rodney took care of everything. He's the one that took care of everything. Well, how was he taking care of it if he's in debt? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, she's acting like she's a stay-at-home wife. So I didn't understand that writing. What was going on? I don't know. Maybe if she just didn't say it's too much, I would have got it, but I didn't buy anything she was saying. Marley talks to Tony about it. And Tony's like, well, you got a settlement for me, which we'll get into. We can give her like some of the leftover settlement. What the hell you will? What? The girl, she got to figure that shit out on her own. She ain't getting none of my money. Anyway, that's crazy. They show like rioting and protesting on the TV. So again, like, just like Kevin early in the movie, he's all like, oh my God, the city sucks. Like, the city is so dangerous. And they show all this looting and stuff that's happening, but I feel like it's just like some stock footage. Or maybe they just had like a lot and they just lit some shit on fire at night and then Tyler Perry filmed that. Because they never show anything happening in this. Again, they're like in the suburbs of this awful, awful city you keep talking about, but you never go to the city. So, like, who cares? So, all right. So Marley goes to the district attorney's office and Marley's like, I'm going to sue you. And this, first of all, the district attorney looks like she's like 25 years old. So were they just giving jobs out that day? So the district attorney's like, girl, you need to sit down because ain't no one suing anybody because we got the body footage, the camera footage, and it looks justified. And Marley's in there just having an attitude and everything. So this girl opens up a laptop and hits a button and starts to play the footage, right? Now, I watch a lot of body cam footage shows and shit. I don't know Tyler Perry ever seen body cam footage, but like, this shit is in 4K. It's so crystal clear and beautiful. So it's actually Kevin's camera, right? So you see Caleb in front of him. You see Rodney coming out, and Caleb's like, put your hands up. And then you see him pull out the phone that looks like a gun, this big, thick, black thing. Caleb shoots twice. Rodney goes down, but Caleb's freaking out. And Caleb is doing CPR on him, right? Now, once upon a time, I was certified in CPR. I should probably take another class because I don't remember anything. But if someone has bullet holes like right here, like you just got shot, are you supposed to be like pressing down? Like, that's pain, right? Like I get it, but I mean, it seems like you'd be pushing the bullets like further into where they are. I don't know. That's why I'm not a medic. Okay. Uh, you see the guy is still alive, and then you got Kevin's like, no, just stop. Caleb's like, call ambulance, call ambulance, call ambulance. Kevin's like, no, it's fine. So I don't understand how Caleb is in so much trouble as public enemy number one, and then Kevin's just walking around like nothing happened. Okay, you were there, but you didn't shoot, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. I feel like he would have been like on suspension or something, or him just laying low. He just walking around the city like nothing's happening. So if all these like rioters and protesters are out, like would he try to also lay low? Because he's at the bar just drinking. No one was at the bar going, well, you're the cop. It was the other cop. So, also, I'll just talk about this now before I forget. If you notice in the video, Rodney is not moaning. This part where he's like, okay, and then he just starts like he goes like quiet. But later on, that neighbor who called the cops told Marley when she comes to visit later that he was moaning until the ambulance came, which means he was still alive. Which is another reason why Kevin should not be walking around in these streets. The guy was alive. You're just like, nope, just leave him alone. Call it, whatever. It's on the footage, but you're just so concerned about the white man. But if you're going to have the white lady say, the neighbor, if you're going to have her say he was moaning till the ambulance came, but when you shot the scene, you forgot to tell Roddy to moan and moan until an ambulance came. Why didn't you edit that? You just edit her saying that. Just take it out. Because if you just left it out, I would be talking about this right now. Tyler Perry. I guess he's not the editor. It just says written, directed, and produced by Tyler Perry. So whoever he hired to edit, get up on it. Because you failed. So stupid. All right, what else? All right, you guys. That was page 1. I'm on page 2. Okay. So Marley watches this footage and she just has a breakdown. I'm like, okay, now first of all, this could be two things, okay? The way she breaks down, you would act like Rodney was her husband. Like she is freaking out. Like she said that Rodney was a good friend to her. No, yeah. He was like a brother to her. I had to rewind that too because I couldn't remember if she said he was her brother. And I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So she was like, he's like a brother to me. And the way she's acting, she act like he really was like her blood brother. Like she's freaking out. Or was she really deeply in love with Rodney secretly? Like, damn, right? Number one. Number two, she was also kind of freaking out like, I'm gonna sue the city for everything you got. And then she watches this and sees that it is justified. So I was wondering if she was crying like, I'm gonna lose this case. I can't tell. She's just so overdramatic about it. Mm-hmm. So she goes to a gas station parking lot and she's crying, right? Still, I think she's just salty. And then Tony calls and Tony's like, well, okay, well, where are you? And he meets her. And this is, I think, the first time someone called her Fela. I was like, who? The editor did not catch this. Why didn't the editor say, hey, he called her Fela, but isn't her name Fela, Tyler Perry? And Tyler Perry could have been like, oh, let's dub it. But no. I mean, it's not like he does not have the money to pay for dubbing. So Tony tells Marley like, oh, you know what? I saw the footage too. I was just trying to like, I was hoping you didn't see it. Now I'm gonna drink this beer, but can someone tell me how Tony saw the footage? Like, I get that Tony is a private eye. I guess he works for I guess he's his own company, I guess. But anyway, he's a private eye. But the district attorney said that the camera footage has not been released yet. But, here it is. We're looking at it and we're, girl, you better just drop your case. But how the hell did Tony get it, though? Does Tony have, like, access to a database? He goes, well, I'm a PI. Clickety click. I have access to stuff. Clickety, 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 clack. That didn't make any sense. Uh huh. Okay, so then Marley visits the house and she's talking to the neighbor, which is when the neighbor told her about the moaning, right? Okay, I think it's time for another shot. One, two, three, go. Okay. Okay. So Shannon and Sam visit Marley's office and they're like, hey, this is the house that Rodney was in. Okay. Is the person who lives there was this lady named Anna Lewis. And apparently they were having an affair. Okay. So she's looking at these pictures and she notices that there is a man in a car who seems to be on a stakeout in front of her house. And who's the man, you ask? It's Tony. So she confronts Tony. She goes to his office and she's like, you were there? And he's like, look, baby. So what happened was Anna's husband hired me because they're going through a divorce and he felt like there was some cheating going on. So the husband hired him and that's why he's in the picture. He confronted Rodney about it. It was like, hey man, that's wrong. Don't be cheating on your girl. And so Rodney's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do it again. Wink, wink. And Tony was like, okay. But I guess Tony, which is why he had an attitude with Rodney all the way to back at the beginning of the movie when they met at Mama M's, that's why Tony had the attitude about him. Like, I didn't know you were going to be here. So that's what happened. So now Marley is mad that Tony has been lying to her, not telling her about this whole like cheating thing. But he was like, Rodney told me not to tell you or Fela, boy code. So, but Marley doesn't care. So later, Marley goes home and then who comes out of the shadows in a black hoodie? Well, I don't know what it is about these black hoodies in this movie. Everyone's wearing a black hoodie at one point. So Caleb comes to Marley's house and scares her. She's like, what are you doing here? Marley calls out for Tony. And she's like, Tony, oh my God, Tony. So Tony comes out and points a gun at Caleb and is like, get the hell out of here. And they go inside. So not like thanking Tony for helping her. Marley's still mad at him. So she's like, well, you could just sleep your ass on the sofa. Oh, you lied to me, so sleep on the sofa. Then I had to think, like, didn't they say they were dating for like 8 months? So I mean, I guess that's a time frame for people to move in. Because I was like, don't he have a place of his own? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They live together. So all right. So anyway, so now Tony's on the sofa. Okay, now here's another part where I feel like Tyler Perry and the editor messed up. I don't know who the editor is. I'm gonna find his name and put it up here for all y'all to see because he's at fault for this as well. So Marley goes to the neighbor, right? So now the neighbor that called the lady who said to, call the cops. Marley goes to visit her and this lady was like, I never called her. I don't talk to her since she's been letting these cats in my yard and she feeds the geese and now there's geese all over the place. And so she was like, now, here's the thing. So Marley says, you're not the one who called the neighbor. And the neighbor was like, no. So then she wanted to confront her again, just to make sure, I guess. But Marley says, are you sure no one called the police from her house? Did anyone catch that? So she said, this neighbor said that you called her to tell her to call the cops. So instead of saying, are you sure no one from this house called the neighbor to call the cops? But no, that's not what Marley says. She says, are you sure no one called the police from your house? Who said anyone called the police from her house? So that was a writing error right there. And I don't know why Marley, the actress who was delivering this line, would have stopped to say, Mr. Perry, I think this is wrong. So Marley then, I like how Marley has like all this time in her hands. So now she drives to Fela's house to visit her and she sees this smoke coming from the backyard. And so I was like, is there a barbecue happening? Well, kind of. So Marley has the fire pit blazing and she's throwing photos of Rodney in it, right? Okay, I get it. And like, you're sad and all, but I mean, That makes no sense. If you love this man so much and you miss him so much, why are you burning his photos? He didn't cheat on. Well, we don't. She don't. Anyway, I'll take that back. Um, but here's my thing. This girl's supposed to be all depressed. She's kind of wearing a robe, but she's wearing this weird. I don't know what she's wearing underneath the robe. She has like house shoes on and everything, but she seems to have had time to put her makeup on. Okay, so her face is beat, and she put her wig on. Okay, so her hair is herring. But you are right in front of a fire pit burning pictures with this smoke coming all out of it next to your weave. Okay, that hair is gonna get so smoky. Which I don't understand. It's not like she has like this short bob. She has this long ass hair. And you mean to tell me that you're just letting this smoke just get all up in your weave? Girl. So anyway. What happens next? Okay, my bad, you guys. So after the whole smoke in the weave situation, that's actually when Caleb showed up at Marley's house. I said it out of order. I was just so excited to say it. Okay, so now she went to Fela. She saw her burning the pictures. Then Caleb went to the house, and then she put Tony's ass on the sofa. Okay, so now Marley goes back to Fela's house, right? And while she's at the door, all of a sudden she hears the alarm going off, and the alarm is saying like, I kept trying to listen to what it was saying. It was saying something like bedroom door. I don't think it said bedroom window, so that was kind of weird. So, but anyway, she hears bedroom on the alarm. So she goes back around to the side of the house just in time to see this man hopping out of the second floor window to the ground. I don't know why this guy is not dead or like has broken legs or anything. He just jumped out of a second floor window. But he does, and he scurries away through the backyard and hops the back fence, right? So what I don't understand is Marley goes to Fela's door. She has a spare. She goes inside. And she's pushing the door, right? So she's like, and she finally gets the door open. But the problem is, they don't ever show if something's behind the door. Was there like a dresser behind the door? Was there a table behind the door? Was there a dead body behind the door? Was there a big box behind the door? They don't ever show what's behind the door. You just see Marley run in and find Fela on the sofa knocked out. Like, look at this, you guys. You see this editing? Look, she's pushing the door open, and what was behind the door? Was there something filmed that it got edited out? I can't. So Fela's all like, what? Someone was in my house. Okay, I'm gonna just tell this now. This is gonna come out anyway. So it was actually Kevin. Kevin was in the house, right? And then you find out like, okay, I'm not gonna tell you now why he was in the house. But my thing is like, why did you need to? Because Fela knows he was in the house. But it wasn't until Marley got there. Then they were like, oh my God, you got to get out of here. So why did he just run into a closet? Did he have to... Did he make the decision to run up the stairs and to a bedroom and decide... Why did he just run out the back door? I don't understand. Because it's not like Fela was upstairs in her bedroom asleep. Which would then make more sense why he probably would have just jumped out the window, because Marley's on the first floor, they're on the second floor, he needs to escape. But Marley finds Fela on the sofa on the first floor. So you mean to tell me this fool freaked out so much that he ran up to the second floor, jumped out of a window, almost killed himself, but didn't because we still need him for the movie. It doesn't make any sense! You know what else drives me crazy about Tyler Perry movies? So, if you saw my review of Divorce in the Black, there was this whole scene in the movie where, I don't remember those people's names, but Megan Good and her dad installed video cameras on the house, right? But for no reason, because the video cameras never come back up in the movie. Like, no one ever says, like, let's check the footage. What does the footage show? Did you see the footage? So, Fela obviously has a Ring camera, like, on her door, right? So these cops come, and I don't know, maybe he went through the back. I don't know, which is, again, why did he just run out the back? Why did he have to run out the top, out of the bedroom? But like you never hear anyone say it, like, you know, especially when Fela was like, someone was in my house? What? I took a sleeping pill. That's why I was passed out on the sofa. Okay, but no one said like, well, let's check the footage. Like, did anyone ever pull up to the house? Like, did anyone walk up to the house? It's like, I don't know. I saw that and it just kind of just hit me like, because you have like, I don't know, it's like 10 cops in this house and they're walking around this house like it's a murder investigation. Like, no, just someone was in the house. Nothing was stolen. Like, why are there so many cops in this house? But no one was like, ma'am, can we see the footage on your camera? Like, no. So anyway, here comes stupid Kevin. Kevin walks into the house. He's like, oh, I got the call, so I came over here. Now, this is what I don't understand still, okay? Kevin was an accessory to this crime, but he's just walking the streets like nothing happened. I mean, he was there, but he didn't pull the trigger, so he's like, y'all ain't got nothing on me. Check the footage. But he's still a cop, right? If he got the call, that doesn't mean that they're like, okay, you need to just stay home while we investigate like what's happening, right? But he walks in like he's like a detective. He walks in with jeans. He has a black shirt on. Are you still a lieutenant? Like, why are you here? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Are you working? Are you on the clock? You got the call? Someone called you, or did you just hear it on the scanner? But anyway, he pops up again, and Fela gets pissed, and she kicks everybody out. She pulled a Martin, and she was like, step. I need you to step. So they do. Okay, whatever. All right, so now Sam shows up with info about Caleb to Marley, and he was like, hey, when Caleb was in the army, he was using racial slurs and he got into a fight with a black man, so this guy has like a past. So then we see Marley go back to the district attorney, and they're talking about that, like, hey, you know, this guy has a past and blah, blah, blah. And the district attorney is like, look, girl, we need to just settle this, okay? We'll give you $15 million. Like, shut up. So they took it. So I guess Marley was like, I guess I'm not going to win this battle. Like, it just, her case, she had no case. So Marley was like, okay, you know what? We'll take this $15 million. And so that's what happens. So they do that. And then we then forward 4 months later. Okay. And Tony's dumbass is still sleeping on the sofa. 4 months later, the first scene we see is Tony just like, hey, baby, it's been 4 months. Do I still gotta sleep on the sofa? Yes, you do. Because why did you wait 4 months to bring this up? You should have took your ass to your friend's house. He ain't got no friends. He could be like, my girl's tripping. She's got me sleeping on the sofa. And this house looks pretty big. There's no spare bedroom. That's what I wanted to say earlier. This house looks like it will have more than one bedroom in it. So why doesn't he just sleep in the guest room? It's not a little house. This lady is like a big attorney because Tyler Perry loves to make his women in these movies attorneys. Why does everyone gotta be an attorney? How come we never just have like a teacher? Has there ever been a school teacher in one of the Tyler Perry's movies? You know, who's broke? Who has a 1-bedroom apartment, which is why Tony will be sleeping on the sofa. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do this whole sofa thing, just do that. Then I could be like, okay, yeah, she's petty. It's been like 4 months. He's still sleeping on the sofa. But no, they live in this big ass house. Anyway, she's leaving that night. She's like, I'm going to the gym. And so she does. She takes I guess a night class, which would make more sense in the beginning of the movie if this is how the movie started. Right? If they all went like early in the morning or, you know, something, then Fela would have got her ass to the early for us show. I'm still mad about that. I don't understand this early for us show. It looks like she got to work at like 10 o'clock. The hell early show is this? Color people time? Okay, anyway, that's old news. So she goes to the gym, and it's just Marley and Shannon and Sam. Because why, you know, again, these two guys are just, they're never apart. Now, here's my thing. Hold on. They're talking, and they're like, okay, girl, we'll see you later. So Marley starts walking like, I don't know, 20 feet away. There's a few parking spots away from where Shannon and Sam are parked. Especially Shannon, because his car is up front. right? Marley walks to her car, which is also up front, like in the parking line, right? I guess Sam might be behind or on the other side of Shannon. We don't see exactly where his car is at, but Shannon definitely would see the next shit that takes place. So, I need another drink. Okay, a big black murder van pulls up, right? We don't hear a struggle, we don't hear a scream, but when it pulls away, all we see is that Marley got as far as like opening her door. So now she's been fucking kidnapped, right? You gonna tell me Shannon didn't see none of this? He didn't drive away that fast. Well, from the timing of this scene, he should still be in his car to look over and see a kidnapping van pull up and kidnap Marley and been following the van. What? Okay, that right there deserves a shot. Oh God, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God. My nose is going crazy. Okay, guys. Y'all still with me? Okay, hold on. Woo. Okay, hold on. Marley gets kidnapped, you guys. And who does she get kidnapped by? Well, there's Caleb in the car. And Anna, who I don't know, is she like, did she get a makeover or something? Like her hair looks different. From there, they showed a picture of her in the beginning, but I mean, we don't know if it's an old or current picture. But then she has like this blonde hair, so I just feel like she's being incognito. Is that the word? So Anna's in the car, the van, and Caleb is like, "Look, you need to help us. Like, I am innocent. Shit is happening, and Marley's not trying to hear it." So Anna starts telling Marley about what they say. Oh yeah, so Anna's saying like how she was dating Kevin and he was being like really possessive of her, and he was loco, and but after she, I guess, got away from Kevin, she started dating Rodney, knowing that he was married, but Rodney was saying like him and his girl are on bad terms right now, right? But that he was going to protect her. So that is why Rodney was going to Anna's house. Which, I mean, what was the divorce with Anna's husband? Like, we forgot about that. Like, was she still married when she was dating Kevin? They don't say. Which means she was technically married when she was dating Rodney. Because Anna's husband hired Tony to follow her, I guess, who then he found it. You see, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, you guys, I'm on page 3. I'm on the last page. I don't know how long this review is going to be, so if you are still here with me, thank you very much. You don't have to watch the movie. I'm just telling you what's happening. But if you want to, if you have like, I don't know how long, the movie is long as hell. I'm going to say it's like 2 hours or under. I don't remember how long I was watching it. I was up early this morning, you guys. All right, so look. The driver of the van is a black lady named Jennifer. And who is Jennifer? Well, Jennifer is the wife of Caleb. So you're supposed to be like, oh my God. And she was like, Are you surprised that a black lady is married to, well, I guess it's more like, are you surprised that he is married to a black lady? Because we're supposed to be thinking like, is he racist? Is he not? No. However, just because you're married to like another race don't mean you're not racist. Like, anyway, she was like, here, take my number. I'm asking for help. Okay, so she takes the number. Then Caleb's like, okay, let's drive her back to her car. Would there be like footage outside this gym of this whole thing going down? Hey, Fifi. You watched that movie too? All right. Anyway, so all right, what happened after that? So Marley starts questioning why Kevin was working these zones, right? So they were Caleb was saying how like okay, hold on. I can't talk and pour at the same time. I am buzzed right now. So quick. Okay. So Marley starts questioning why Kevin was working in different zones that day, right? And so now she's like, So she brings Sam and Shannon with her to this sketchy motel, right? So I guess now we're seeing where all the violence and shit has been happening, I guess. Tyler Perry is still not shown like rioting and shit happening, but we're at this like seedy hotel, which I guess is in the heart of this awful city. Which, did anyone notice, if you look at the TV screens, because like 3 of the windows are open, it's like the same thing. I couldn't tell what that is. Now we go to hotel. I don't know if hotels do this anymore, but you go to the hotel. There's like this weird like hotel channel, and it's only for that hotel. But it just kind of tells you, I don't know. It's like a screensaver thing that keeps flipping and moving around. And I was like, is that what's happening? Like, I don't know. That was weird. So they go to this room and you got Caleb, Jennifer, and Anna in it. But Marley decides to bring Shannon and Sam with her, I guess for backup? Like, why are they there? Don't these people have anything to do? Again, see? They're always together. They're like a gay couple. It's so funny. All right, so look at so Caleb was telling, wait, let's see. So Caleb said that Kevin made sure they were in an area. Right. So when Marley was questioning these zones, because she learned the zones when she was defending Tony, who used to work for the police, and then the district attorney thought that he was stealing money, so then he got fired, and so she sued the city, and then that's where that settlement from earlier, where he was like, well, we got some money left over from that settlement, that's where the money came from. So there's just so much happening in this movie. When exactly they? Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna open that door. All right. So that's when Caleb was like, you know what? That was really weird because yeah, he was telling us how about all this crime we have to like defend against, but he put us in like this beautiful like area as if something was going to happen, that he knew something was going to happen. And then Anna goes to this whole story how like Kevin was like the devil. And he was hitting her and beating her, and he's an asshole. And she was like, I even filmed him sometime as proof because I thought he was going to kill me. So there is a phone taped to the bottom of a drawer in a bathroom in a house that we were renting when we were together. So that must have been before her husband? I don't know the time frame of this because Anna has a house. So why are they renting a house? I don't know. So she gives Marley the address to the place, right? And so then Marley, Shannon, and Sam leave the hotel. Now, this is when I thought for sure that Shannon and Sam were in this thing, like they were the evil ones, okay? They are part of the conspiracy. I thought for sure because they're always fucking there. They're just there. Why are they there? So Shannon and Sam are like, ooh, thanks, Marley. You sure you want to do this? Oh, Marley, you know what? We should just wait till tomorrow. So I was thinking like, are they in on this? So I totally thought they were the bad guys, right? But they're not. So Marley decides to go to this house by herself, which, you know, we're already in this weird suburb of Crestfield or Cringe. What did I say it was called? I don't know. But anyway, this thing seems to be like on a lake somewhere. Or, isn't even I'm going to say it's a lake. I don't think they were like by the ocean or anything. We still don't know where they are. So she goes to this house. And it's not a house, you guys. It's a fucking like mansion. Right? And she's looking at it. And then out of the darkness, out of nowhere, pops Tony. So Tony comes up behind her and scares the shit out of her, right? Like, I don't know if he was trying to like keep her quiet. I don't know. Like, he never covered her mouth. He like hit her head at one point. It's like so weird. And he's like, baby, it's me, it's me. And she's like, what are you doing here? And he was like, well, I got a lead and I was investigating. Mm-hmm. So stupid. So all of a sudden, then after that, Kevin rolls up in this, I don't know what it is. It's an expensive car. And, he's like, what you guys doing here? And they were just like, no, we just, we were just around, like, I was like, what the hell's happening? All right. So Kevin's like, oh, why you guys are here just snooping around the dark for what the fuck is happening? He's like, you guys just come in and just, hang out. And so of course Marley's like, no. But here goes Tony like, yeah, man, yeah, let's hang out. Oh, wait, hold on, guys. Oh, my God. Okay, hold on. I gotta blow my nose. Okay. I'm gonna get through this. I swear. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this for you. Okay. So they go into Kevin's house, right? And then right away, Marley's like, where's the washroom? And then Kevin jokes and says, well, there's 12 of them. Ha ha ha. But, there's one here. But I'm pretty sure it's like, well, I don't remember if this house was one floor or two, but it's a big fucking house. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh no, I forgot. Oh yes, okay. So Kevin directs her to a washroom, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, this place has to have like multiple washrooms. I would assume a place like this has a master bedroom with a master bath. So, but I guess she takes I don't know. So, whatever bathroom she goes to is the one where she finds the phone, right? So the phone is taped underneath a drawer. And Anna gave her the password. She's like, if you ever get the phone, the password is this, which is really weird because it was like, was it numbers and letters? What kind of password is that? Usually a password is like a design, like a thing. Numbers, a pattern. That's the word I was looking for. Shit. Anyway, she opens the phone. She starts looking. She sees these videos, and there's one video where Ron Rico, his character, is like yelling at Anna, right? But the thing is, like, Marley has the volume up so loud. She's literally playing the video in a room that probably has like all this acoustic. No, anyway, the sound, the echoes, like it's so loud. But then someone comes and bangs on the door and goes, "Hey, Marley, you okay in there?" Not like a tap, tap, tap. Hey, you okay? You've been in there for a while. No, someone comes to the door and goes, bat, 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 bat on the door. The fuck was that? All rude and scurry. And so she comes out. And we don't really know if she has the phone on her. She doesn't have her purse. I guess she has pockets, but I don't know. But Tony has her phone. I don't exactly. When the hell did Tony get her phone? I must have missed it. I don't know. Because later he was like, you can't leave because I have your phone. So that was weird. But I was looking on her body and I was like, does she have pockets? Does she have the phone? Like, are you going to use this for evidence? We don't know. That's weird. So she comes out and she's like, okay, well, I'm so sleepy. You gotta go. And of course, Kevin and Tony at the table. And Tony's like, well, Kevin wants to take us on his boat. So Marley's like, we ain't getting no damn boat. And so Marley's like, open the door, like unlock it. And then that's when the little eyes start looking at each other between Kevin and Tony. You're like, oh, Tony's in it. Okay, I do have to admit, I didn't see that coming. Like, again, I thought Shannon and Sam were gonna like walk out of a room somewhere. And it'd be like, we got you, bitch. But no, Tony's in on it. And I was like, what? I didn't see that coming. So, I don't know. They chase Marley, get her on the floor. And Kevin has like a little baggie of herbs. I don't know what that is. So he like puts it by her nose, and I guess that makes her pass out. So I don't know exactly what he was using to knock her out. And you know what's also weird is that Kevin says something along the lines of like, this stuff works every time, you know, like it's not like he used it earlier in the movie. What was wrong with good old chloroform? I'm not promoting like knocking people out. But remember the good old days, you take a rag and put some liquid on it and you put on people's nose, they knock out. Why didn't they just do that in this movie? So I don't know what this little baggie is that he's using. I don't know. Is that a new thing that the children are using these days? I don't know. Tyler Perry. So, okay, so they carry Marley. They carry Marley out and they go on the boat. There really is a boat behind this house. And I guess they go out to this lake. And then, surprise, surprise, there's Fela, who, by this time, all we know is that Fela moved out of her house like a month prior to like the 4-month period that we saw when Tony's ass was still on the sofa. Because Marley was talking to Shannon and Sam, and they were like, we haven't heard from her. She hasn't come back to work, and she moved out of her house. And Marley was like, yeah, I haven't heard from her. She hasn't called or returned my calls or something. So Fela she disappeared, but now here she is. She's in the boat with these two fools, and and then they do that stupid thing where now they're all like, "We knew our plan was gonna work." Yeah, Tony, like blah blah blah. Like, why are you saying your evil schemes now? It's after the fact. It's 4 months later. Why are y'all like, I knew that I knew we were gonna get the money from her because they gotta tell us now what they did. But they don't know that Marley is waking up from this stupid crap that Kevin gave her. And I didn't get the part where Kevin was saying something along the lines of, why did you use my name for something? And I guess Tony's name was Kevin? Wait, I'm confused about that. So someone used a different name. What? I don't know. Anyway, if you saw this movie, can you explain that to me? So Tony wasn't Tony. Tony's name was Kevin. But Kevin's name's not Kevin? I mean, that's just some stupid shit we don't need. Like, you got so much else happening in this movie. So anyway, Marley wakes up. And they're like, oh no. Wait, no, that's not what happened. Yes, that's what happened. No, that's not what happened. Wait, no, that is what happened. So she started to wake up. And so they were like, okay, we're going to tie something around her waist and then drop her into the lake. So they start to do so. And then that's when a lake cop kind of pulls up, right? So apparently someone called the cops because there was a boat out on the lake. Is that a thing? So he comes out and he's like, you know, the water level goes low. So there should be no one on this lake, because you can't see what's sticking out of the water. So he's going to write them a citation, and everyone's kind of like playing it cool, but not really, because the guy was like, he sees Marley laying on the couch in the back of the boat. He's like, is she okay? And they were like, oh no, she gets seasick. Why didn't you just say she was drunk? Seasick? You're not on a lake. What? I don't know, that was dumb. So, but then he notices the weights around her neck, or her neck. Lord. He notices, I'm drunk, you guys. So he notices the weights around her waist. And then he goes to like touch his gun, but then Kevin shoots him. So then he's dead. And so he decides he's going to flood the boat and make it sink. So he pulls out these like plugs, and the boat tips over upside down. It doesn't like go under, but I don't know. They tied Marley to an anchor and drop her off the boat. Now here's my thing. when Marley falls into the water, you can see the fucking bottom of the water. It's not, like if the boat's here and she falls, she kind of hits the ground like right here. Okay. But then in another shot to, I guess, make it more like suspenseful or something, it looks like this lady is like falling to the bottom of the ocean. Like, you ain't no ocean, you're the lake. We already saw the bottom, so you can't tell me she is still traveling. That was dumb. And now here's my thing. Marley ends up getting out of the, mind you, she was still drugged. She was waking up. And now that she's in the water, she's fully awake and alert. She somehow managed to get out of the chain. So I guess they did a bad job of like doing that. But the amount of time she's in the water, she should have been dead. Number two, all of a sudden she's like this like great swimmer. So what they should have fucking did is, instead of them taking these bike classes in the beginning of the movie, why couldn't she just be a swimmer? I mean, at least that's something to circle back on. They all could have been like taking swimming classes, and then, ooh, it's really good to swim and get the blood pumping early in the morning. That could have been a thing. But no, they didn't do that because I got to do Tyler Perry's job. So, but now she's a good swimmer. So she swims under the boat and she hits an air pocket because the boat is not fully submerged. Or is it? I don't know, but there's an air pocket under the boat. So she comes up, she gets air. Now, usually when people get air, they're gasping. She's been in the water for a very long time, but she just comes up and goes, like she's breathing pretty. Girl, you know to be like, see, you gotta do that. So then she does something that everyone in a Tyler Perry movie does when there's water involved. She goes and swims to the boat that the three fools are on. And somehow she gets out of the water, stands up on the back of the boat, and gets the flare gun, right? It kind of reminded me of that movie, Acrimony. Remember Acrimony when, what was that lady's name? Taraji P. Henson somehow swims to a boat, and not only is she now on the boat and no one knew she was even swimming in the water, she's like 100% dry. Like her hair is not wet at all. Now, this movie, what's her name, is wet. She's just, how did she get out of the water with no one hearing her? Like, you have long hair. That hair would have been flopping and slopping all over the place. Your clothes are full of water, so you would have been dripping. And if you climbed up on a boat, the boat would have at least did some kind of like, the boat feels weird. What was that? No, they don't feel nothing. So she gets the flare gun and she shoots these three fools with a flare gun. At one point, I didn't even know how she reloaded. She just seemed like she was like, bam, bam. But I feel like you got to like have time to put the damn flare in. I mean, I'm not a flare gun expert, but it just seems like it's a one barrel gun. All right. So then Marley takes another flare. So she's shooting like flare number 4 and she shoots it up into the air. And you see the flare just kind of go up, but it doesn't explode. Don't flares like poof, explode so people can see that, hey, someone shot a flare? Like I always think of the Titanic. Remember in the movie Titanic and they shot the flares and you see the flares go up and there's a big explosion because you see like people's faces like light up from the light of the flare. These flares are like duds. And who is saying you just killed the cop? Well, I guess she didn't know the late cop is dead. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why she just didn't drive the boat. Like, who are you flaring to? Just turn the boat on and drive. Go to safety. It's not like the boat was like stranded in the middle of the lake. You didn't even try. Turn it on. Turn the key. All right, you guys, the movie's over. So it ends with Marley. She's on the news early for us. And they're talking about how like the whole city was duped. Like you dummies were looting and everything. And these people fooled you. They fooled us all. They planned that whole thing. And Caleb is dismissed of all his charges. So he's free and clear. And I don't know, she was like this monologue and I don't even know what she was saying. She was like, believe people. Is that even what she said? I don't know, but that's the end of the movie. She's doing like a news interview and the movie's over. Yeah. The movie's over, you guys. So, what did we learn from Duplicity? Absolutely nothing. What is happening? See, again, Tyler Perry is just laying back his riches. He's just giving us stuff to talk about at this point. That's all it is. Sherry Shepherd keeps talking about this movie that she did with Tyler Perry. With I think she is doing a movie with Taraji P. Henson, right? And she, because I watch her talk show, and she was saying how like she has like this crying scene, and it was really dramatic and all this stuff. Now, is that gonna be in the theater or is that gonna be on streaming? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I need Tyler Perry to just go take a vacation or something. Why does he just team up with people? Why can't this be like a Tyler Perry something production, or like team up? I think, are people just scared to just tell him like, look, let me tell you something about your movies. I don't know what it is. I mean, to be honest, if I was in a Tyler Perry movie, I probably just would be like, are you sure you want me to say this? Are you sure? Because that's not what happened on page 8. So, I mean, I would just take that paycheck. But at the end of the day, like, I need someone else to hire me to do another movie. I think that's what's happening. There's no other reason for this mess. All right, guys, that was my review of Duplicity. I know this review is probably long as hell. I'm gonna be so mad when I have to edit this. But hey, that's on him. All right, so here's my last shot. This movie gets no shots. Okay, stop playing. And yeah, please let me know in the comments. I just thought of something. This movie's so dumb. So, let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie. All right. What were your thoughts? What did you think? Let me know. Let's discuss. Is her name Fela or Fela? Why don't you just call her Keisha? Just Keisha. What's wrong with Keisha? No one will get Keisha wrong. Oh, gosh. Okay. Cheers. Yes. I did, Fifi. I took all 5 shots. Oh, gosh. Make sure I don't die later. Okay, you guys, so please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next episode. So until then, TTFN.